Welcome. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to use the Magic Wand tool. It's very similar to the selection tool, but it has some minor differences. So I'm going to show you how to use the Magic Wand tool in a couple different images and how to bring them over to this image here. So essentially we're going to cut out the backgrounds of several images and we're going to paste those images on this wall. So this is going to be our main image here. First thing you're going to want to do is open up your images. Then you're going to grab your Magic Wand tool. Your Magic Wand tool is usually underneath the Direct Selection tool. You also have a few areas up here, things that you can change. We want to put our tolerance to 32, so if your tolerance is not already at 32, so go ahead and set it. Then we're going to switch to Add to Selection, and we are going to start selecting. Now, the reason why you want add to selection is because if you don't, I'll show you what happens. If we have just the default one, then when you select an area and you go to select more, it doesn't add to it, it just reselects a new area. So if you click add to selection, it allows you to keep selecting. And you're going to come through and you're going to select all the blue areas, all the sky. Now, if you select too much, like I accidentally got some green there, you do this one, which is subtract from selection, and you can clear it and then go back to add selection. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And then I'm also going to subtract selection there. So now that I have that, I am going to go up here to select, go down to inverse. Inverse actually literally inverts, which is switch what you have selected. So right now I have the background selected because background is usually the easiest thing to select, but my object is not selected. But I actually want my object selected because that's what I want to move over. So I'm going to inverse it. And so now my sunflower is selected. So my sunflower is now selected. Then what I'm going to do, you can do this a couple different ways. You can go up to view and arrange your workspace where you have them tiled next to each other, which usually works pretty nice. But I want this one on the left, and let's say I have all my images on. So my main image on the right and all my other images on the left. So what I need to do is I need to drag this sunflower over. So you're going to use the move tool and you're going to click and drag it over. When you click and drag to a new layer, it pretty much just copies it. So you'll notice your actual image here is fine. Now we have a whole new layer here in a sunflower. I'm going to name it. Then if you want to actually shrink this, do Control T, which is free transform. And you can, I'm literally just grabbing the arrows. You can even use free transform to kind of adjust it a little bit. And then when you're done, press enter. And then you're going to move on to the next one, which is the Batman logo. So same thing, your direct selection tool, make sure it's on add, or not your direct selection tool, sorry, your Magic Wand tool. Select the backgrounds. This one's very simple. Go up to select, inverse, move tool, move it over, Control T, which is free transform. I'm going to undo that. I squished it a little. Put the bat symbol up top. Then I'm going to go back here. Oops. Now you notice it jumped back because I did not push enter. So you need to do Control T, place it where you want it in the size that you want it, and then press enter to lock it in. I like to name my layers so I don't get things mixed up. Now we're going to go to the book image. We're going to use the Magic Wand tool again. select the background, select, inverse, grab the move tool, move it over, Control T, shrink it down, place this one on the door like a poster. And you can place yours wherever you want. Enter. Books. Do the same thing with the magic wand tool. On the next image, Earth. This one was super simple. Select, inverse, move tool, move it over. Now you'll notice this image is very large. So I'm going to Control T. If you can't see the edges, just keep zooming out. An interesting thing that you can do is if you're selected on the Earth layer, go up to Edit, go down to Transform, and if you click Skew, it actually allows you to move each point, and it'll start to look like the Earth is actually on the wall. I'm going to do free transform again. I'm going to shrink it. Now it looks like it's kind of on that wall. And then the last one, oops, is the football. Magic wand tool, select, inverse, move tool, bring it over, Control T, and shrink it down. So like I said, you can place these anywhere on the wall. You can make them any size that you want. And once you're done, you'll have something like this. So very basic, simple exercise to learn how to use the magic wand tool.